Hey guys. Hey, am I live? Is this thing on? Hey, just wanted to let everybody know I'm sorry. I apologize for being late today. It was all my fault. I was chewing on the cable. And, we lost power and we lost internet and we lost everything. And I had an accident. But just wanted to say, sorry. Thank you. I apologize. Jose is making me apologize because I was a bad boy. Thanks again. I apologize. Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. Oh man, see today we're starting off, with the bang. We got Lambo over here. Lambo, again, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for, for apologizing to everybody out there. We're gonna get into details as to what exactly happened, why we're so late today, again, it really was all his fault, so we're gonna get into that. So with that being said, I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna take us to the beach real quick, all right, while we get Lambo settled in and we get everybody else settled in. I hope you guys are all ready to celebrate 13K subscribers. Hope you guys are here ready to celebrate and have some fun today. Of course, don't forget the usual question and answer session. So if you guys have any questions, you want some answers, we're here. And we're here and we're queer and we're ready to roll for it. So anyways, all right guys, as you guys can see, we're gonna have some fun today. So I'll see you guys in like 2-3 minutes, all right, while I get everybody settled in. All right, so in the meantime, enjoy the beach, get yourself your libations and your questions ready, and hope you guys are ready for some fun. See you guys in a second. All right, hope everybody's ready to rock and roll tonight. Let me see while I finish getting some things ready here. Hope you guys are enjoying the music. All right. right, let's hear for the, for the band. All right, we got an in-house band, as you guys in case you guys are not aware. Shout out to them. They're all off camera. Got a whole crew. Shout out to them. Got them on cue, on hold or whatever, right? So, anyways, guys, how is everybody? How you guys all doing? Welcome back to another live stream, another question and answer live stream, another one of these live streams that, again, for those of you guys that are new here, these live streams, we do them once a month. I basically come out here and we do a question and answer session for about 2 hours, give or take, sometimes more, sometimes less, but it's at least 2 hours we try to do. And I try to answer all your questions and all that good stuff. But because of recent events, with other previous live streams, I can't keep these on YouTube anymore. So basically, they're live. You get to enjoy them while they're here. But a little bit after the live stream is over, I got to take it off of YouTube. And, I got to just take it off, just because, it's unfortunate that I can't share, a lot of the information on here. But it's not gone forever. I'm sorry, man. It's just a long day. I'm sorry my brain's a little fried today. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Okay. So, sorry. Okay. So, on my website, all you got to do is go to the podcast section, okay? And in the podcast section, you will find the live streams. So basically, you're going to watch it live here on YouTube. But once the live stream is over, about an hour or two later, I upload it to Spotify. And you can watch it on Spotify for free. All right, as many times as you want, the video format. And it's always going to be there forever. But I can only keep it on YouTube, for a short amount of time. But anyways, while I'm here, you can go to my website and also check out previous live streams, and, where we talk about all kinds of things and I answer all your questions and all that good stuff. So, some of you guys already know, some of you guys don't know. So welcome to everybody out there, new and old. And shout out to all the new subscribers. I cannot believe that we are already over 13,000 subscribers. That is pretty insane to me. The fact that we got here, and we got here pretty quickly. I mean, we were literally at like 8,000 the other day, like a few months ago, and here we are at 13K and growing. So shout out to all of you guys, every single new viewer out there, every single old viewer, every one of you guys that's been around, whether it was since yesterday or since you guys have been around for years and years and years. So shout out to everyone out there. Anyways, with all that being said, hope you guys got your libations out there. Hope you guys got your drinky poos. Hope you guys are ready to celebrate, not just, shoot the crap and talk about Mexico. There's a lot of things to talk about. And again, that is the thing. I get deep. I go real deep into what's really going on out here. And, a lot of you guys ask me all kinds of questions. And that's why these videos I got to take off of YouTube because, it's just too hot and too real. What they say, as they like to say. So shout out to you. I hate that radio silence, right? Don't you guys hate that radio silence? All right, hold on. We need that.
Bruh.
Okay. So anyways, let's see. We got any questions? Any questions so far? If you guys, please go on ahead and ask them if you guys have any kind of questions at all. But, oh yeah, how about this? I know what I can do in the meantime while I'm waiting for some questions. Someone was already asking me something about cannabis. I have previous videos that I've made on the topic. You guys can go check that out. It has not changed, okay? If someone's asking me about a dispensary or anything like that, it's not, there's nothing like that here yet, okay? Oh, we got a question here. Jason Smith says, I'm hoping to spend March 30 days in Merida, rent an Airbnb, somewhere walking distance to bar. Did it be quiet neighbors? Have any recommendations? Yeah, stay in El Centro, the center of the city. Okay, hopefully that helps. So just stay in the center of the city. You're good to go. Just like anywhere else. That's the best spot if you want to get access to all those things you were asking about. Okay, let's see. Weather, it's hot. I got videos on the weather. If you want to check out videos on the weather, just check out previous live streams in which I've answered that question. Oh, by the way, in fact, let's just bring that up real quick. So, remember, every single Thursday, usually Thursday afternoons, I like to go live and answer personalized questions that I get from you guys. So you guys can ask me certain questions like, hey, what's the weather like in Merida? What is the real situation when it comes to blackouts in Mexico? Whatever it is, I'm here to answer them for you. And so all you got to do is just go to my website and, just check that out, and it'll tell you right there how to do it. In the meantime, these are some of the questions that I've asked. I've been asked before and I've answered. How do I transfer money? What is the gay culture like in Mexico? Are the police safe? Can I drive a U-Haul? What about traveler sickness, the cannabis, citizenship? Dual citizenship. Can I come to Mexico without a passport? Oh, look, there you go. The weather. So you see, I made a whole video on the weather. You can check that out, and all kinds of things. So please, if you guys have a real question, that I have not answered previously, I'm more than happy to answer it here for you, and even other questions. But today it was hot. Okay, so I'll talk about my day. All right, since that's what you guys really care about too, right? Why was I late? Why was I really late? What really happened there? So the reason I was late today is because I'm actually working on a business. Some of you guys know this, some of you guys don't. I'm keeping the business very vague up until launch. But long story short, I was working on the business today. We made a lot of progress, but again, for anyone that has ever been in these situations before, it's not easy. You gotta there's a lot of things involved. So today, we had a guy that was like a builder, and we were building things and doing construction. So, we're working on that. And then on top of that, I had an emergency at the house, believe it or not. So I've been having issues with the electricity and the power in my house. And, for a while, I couldn't figure it out. I was, a lot of troubleshooting, going back and forth, going crazy. And then I found out that Lambo over here, in his free time, he was chewing on the main cable. Thank God he didn't, fry himself. He'll electrocute himself, stupid horse. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Anyways, don't get me started. What happened is that, one of the cables was, by a fruit tree. Some of the fruit stuff was falling on the tree. This guy was chewing on the freaking cable. Don't get me started. So anyways, the cable was, went bad. And then last night, all of a sudden, we lost power in half the house. The half that had the air conditioners. So again, imagine, I had to sleep in like 90-degree weather last night or whatever it was last night. So it was very hot. So not only have I been, was already tired from all the stuff I've been doing all week, working on the truck. We've been doing a lot of work on the truck, recently. We were basically working on the brakes and, taking these big tires, each tire is like 100 pounds. Working on the business, a lot of heavy lifting there as well. Just, so many things I was doing. And then before you know it, boom, the power's basically out. And thank God it wasn't the whole house. It was just, certain things. But, again, there's something you can't just leave like that. So, I was on the emergency call because, again, my handyman, again, he was dealing with his own emergency. So you know how it works. When it rains, it pours. So I was on the lookout for somebody new to come and help me out, like an actual electrician. And, thank God I was able to find somebody, and they came out here and they worked on the house. And I had to redo a bunch of the electrical work because this guy was chewing on a bunch of the electrical work. Actually, it wasn't him chewing on it. I know, I'm just being, trying to be funny here. The reality is just, as I've been living here, I've been adding more and more power to the house, whether it's all these computers or, my air conditioner or whatever it is, just basic upgrades. And this is, was an older house. And then basically, I just started burning out the cables and stuff like that because I was taking too much juice than what the house was used to. And so, I burned all that out. And so the guy had to come over and basically replace the whole fuse box, for lack of a better description. It's a different situation here, but that's what was going on. So the guy had to come out here and replace the whole fuse box. And obviously I was without power. I couldn't even update you guys, to let you know that I was going to be late. So again, I sincerely apologize, but it's all good. It's all fixed. We're good to go. In fact, I'm sure that in a few other previous live streams, you guys have already seen that I had the lights flicker from time to time, maybe even lose power. Yeah, all that. It was this guy chewing on the cable while I was doing the live stream or whatever, or chewing on the cable before. So whatever. Anyways, long story short, it's all fixed, but it took a long time. But I mean, literally by the time it was supposed to start the live stream here was when these guys were wrapping it up and getting out of here. So just so many things going on. And then tomorrow I didn't even want to have, a libation tonight, So, by the way, shout out to everyone out there. Let me know what you guys are drinking out there. I'm just drinking some Cheems tea. But anyways, with that being said, I don't even want to be taking too many libations, but I have to. We got to celebrate, and it's been a long week, a long day. And, in fact, many people were telling me, hey, bro, why don't you just take the day off? Why don't you just relax? Why don't you just, whatever? I mean, especially tomorrow, I got tomorrow, I got a big day of filming. For some of you guys that know, I've been doing a lot of, on the scene filming, with individuals out there. So I got to do one of those tomorrow. Very different than when you've seen before. So it's like anything else, I got people depending on me and vice versa and all these other things. And so it's like, I can't just say, hey, sorry guys, no live stream because I'm tired. No, stay hard, get to work. They got people depending on you. You can do it. If that's, a lot of people always ask me, it's like, man, how do you do it? You know what I mean? I can't do what you do, or I wish I could do what you do, or I am trying to emulate what you do, but how come I can't do it? And the thing is, it's that, yeah, man, I got just a different mentality. I don't know if you know people like, Gary Vee, David Goggins, and so on and so forth, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, yeah, man, just keep grinding. Why am I doing this live stream? Because most people would be too tired to do it and just call it a day. Why am I going tomorrow to do the thing, even though I'm going to be exhausted and tired after all the things that I'm also doing? Because again, other people are just too tired and too whatever to do. So I don't know. I got a different gear and a different whatever. So, I want to give that as a, kind of like a preemptive, to a lot of the things that I say on my channel. Because, on my channel, a lot of times I do make it look too easy in a sense, about coming out here and living out here. But the reality is that, it's not for everybody. And, a lot of people, when they come out here, they get disappointed because it's not as easy as, previously thought. And for me, it's easy. For me, it's chill. It's a lot easier than back home. But, yeah, man, at the end of the day, I mean, this is why I'm doing a lot of the videos that I'm doing recently, whether I'm talking about, the true realities of what Mexico is, because it's not for everybody. Some people come to Mexico and it is paradise. It is heaven on earth. But for a lot of people, they show up here and they're like, wow, this is a lot harder than I thought. And it's like, it's just, remember, there's all kinds of different people. So, thank you, Joe Peach. We got Joe Peach with the $5. Thank you very much. Shout out to you. Hold on, we got the... Thank you so much for Joe. I mean, that's going to the cable fee, all right? This guy. By the way, so you're probably thinking to yourself, how much was it to, add, basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... like 10 fuses. So basically a whole new fuse box, right? How much was it to not just add all that, but do the rewiring and do all that stuff? How much you guys think it was? You know what? I'm going to ask the audience. How much you think it was to do, not rewire the whole house, you know what I mean? But just, like a lot of rewiring and basically fixing the fuse box or what have you, you know what I mean? Out here in Mexico. And it's not a traditional fuse box like what you get in the USA. I could have gotten that, but that was way too expensive, so I just went with the Mexican way, which are the Mexican fuses, all right? So, all right, in the meantime, I'm gonna read some questions and see what we got here. Tasha Rhodes says, can I buy a car after I move to the Yucatan? Yes, you can. Now, in order for you to purchase a car and have it under your name, you need to be a temporary or permanent resident, okay? As a tourist, you cannot put anything like a car under your name. Okay, you can do it under a corporation, let's say, you're going to purchase a home or purchase a property or other things. But for 99% of you guys that are just looking to, just buy a car under your name and put it under your name, you need to have at least a temporary or permanent residency. Okay. VA says, hello, Jose, great channel. Thank you very much. I shoot drone, photo, and video. If you have any insight on the subject, how are drone laws in Mexico? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Can I fly my consumer drone without any issues as a tourist? Thanks. Okay, long story short, yes, you can fly your drone without any problems. Certain areas, certain cities might have some sort of rules, regulations, what have you. But the reality is like if you know anything about Mexico, the chances that anything gets enforced, any kind of law, regulation or whatever gets enforced is very rare. My only suggestion to you is that, again, I used to have a drone, back when I first moved here, and I shot drone footage and it's somewhere on the channel. Part of my survival was that I was able to sell that drone and, use that money to survive further. But long story short, that's why I don't have it anymore. But I've flown drones and, I know what that is like. And all I'm saying is that the only thing that you should really be worried about flying a drone in Merida and in Mexico, but basically at least out here, is you got to watch out for other planes, okay? And watch out for other low-flying aircraft. Because that was the one thing that kind of like took me back, it took me kind of like by surprise, when I was first flying my drone out here and I had that thing, super high. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that's like the same height as that plane. Oh my God. Or that's the same height as that helicopter or whatever, or my drone was higher than these other aircraft. And so you already know the last thing you want is for, you to have an accident with one of those things, let alone like an animal. There's also like birds and things like that. But I actually have more problems with animals in Seattle. Birds attacking the drone. But out here, honestly, just low flying aircraft is like the biggest concern. So just be careful with that. Okay? So hope that answers your question. But long story short, I think there are some rules and regulations, but it's just for certain areas. You know what I mean? For certain areas. Okay? And again, the chances anything like that gets enforced are very difficult as well. So assuming they even have any. Isa Ixlang or whatever says, in Mexico, do they put fluoride in the water? No, they don't. And the reason they don't is because nobody drinks the water. Okay? People drink, they get like a bottle of water. They have the big blue water jugs. Okay? The big blue water jugs full of water that they use. So, the reality is that no, they do not put fluoride in the water. But funny enough, they put fluoride in the salt. Interesting, right? So when you're going to go out there and you're shopping for, once you're living out here, and you're shopping for your things and you do not want any fluoride in your diet, you got to make sure that the salt that you're buying doesn't have fluoride in it. And there is tons of salt out here that doesn't have fluoride in it. It might be kosher salt, okay? Or, other artisanal salts. And it'll say it. It'll straight up say on the package, it has fluoride or it has no fluoride, okay? But that's how they get the fluoride in the diets out here, okay? So yeah, no, they don't put it in the water because nobody drinks the water. They just put it in the salt. So yeah, make sure that you check your salt before you use it, okay? So I hope that answers your question. Forever Realm says, you are a force, Jose, in a good way. Oh, thank you very much. Jose, do you live near a beach? Yes, the beach is okay, so the footage. Huh? Bye. Cierra, okay? Okay. Christian says hi, everybody. She says bye, actually. She's on her way out. The class. Oh, yeah, the question. Do I live near a beach? Yes. So that footage that you're seeing right there, I filmed it at one of the local beaches. I think it's San Crisanto or Telchac. Puerto, but those beaches are a little further out. But long story short, Progreso is about, Progreso Beach, which is the closest beach to Merida, is around 30 minutes to 45 minutes, all depending on, where you are in the city. And if you want to get to a beach like the one you're seeing right there, it's maybe like an hour drive, an hour and 15 minutes. And look, guys, for anyone that's never lived in any, area close to a beach, look, man, I'm a Floridian, from Miami, born and raised. And listen, no one lives next to the beach unless you're rich, okay? Most people live far away from the beach, okay? Like, I grew up in the hood and whatever. And long story short, the beach was far away, but hey, I'm in Miami. I mean, how far is it to Miami Beach? Well, with traffic and, yada, 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 it's about almost 2 hours. Oh, sorry, Gizmo's barking out there because Christian just left. So he's like, hey, don't go, Mom, don't go. Gizmo. Hold on a second, hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, double whammy. You know, like he was barking because Christian was leaving, and then also barking because the cats are out. You know, so he's like, I want to get the cats. All right. But anyway, so yeah, just, you know, to answer the question, yeah, long story short, the beach is very close to you. You know what I mean? Like out here, the fact that the beach is basically 30 minutes to 45 minutes away is perfect. You know, and in order to get to a beach like that, maybe an hour, 15 minutes, that's perfect. You know what I mean? Because again, you know, these beaches, you know, like the one you're watching right there is a secluded beach. It's out there where there's nothing. So yeah, it makes sense that it's going to take a little bit to get there. But yeah, long story short, as a Floridian and just going to the beach and doing all that stuff, you know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, it takes a while to get to the beach, you know, from your home. And, you know, by the time you get out there, you know, whether it's with traffic or whatever it is, it's going to take a while to get there. So, ET says, is solar panels popular in Merida? Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. If you can afford them, yes, they are. So, oh, okay. You guys were asking me about the okay, wow, okay. So I forgot that I asked you guys a question. So the question was, how much do you guys think it was, you know, for the electrician to come out here and change, you know, basically 10 fuses and put a bunch of new cables and do a bunch of other work, okay? Basically, he was here for like 4 hours, okay? Yeah, 4 hours. He was here 4 hours, okay? But anyways, $50. Greek Goddess says $50. Jesse says $800. Pirate says $150. And Solis says $150. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay. $50 again. Okay. So the let me see. Hold on. I forgot to get this on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, how much was it? How much was the actual cost? It was about $100. Okay, $100, literally. Okay, so it was about $50, $60. Oh, look, there's my fat butt up there. You know, look, going to the beach. That's funny. Anyways, I just saw myself. You know. Anyways, I didn't even realize I was on this footage. Anyways, so 50, so $50-$60, man, $50-$60. You know, and that was the materials were like $25, $30, and then the rest was the payment. And the payment, believe it or not, was around. He asked me, okay, he asked me for 400 pesos, which is like around 20 something bucks right now. And I was like, man, I gave him 600 pesos because it was like the guy came out here, he did an amazing job. He came out here, emergency situation, he was able to rectify. Yeah, because that's another thing too, man. You know, you're calling a bunch of people and they want to just, oh, I'll see you in 2 days. Oh, maybe I'll come this. Is like, so that guy just basically, you know. So I was like, yeah, you get a fat tip, all right? So long story short, the whole ordeal, $60. Okay, $60 US, okay? $60 US. So, yeah, pretty awesome. And by the way, I thought it was going to cost me a lot more. I was already ready to take the hit. And I was like, man, I cannot believe it was just that amount, you know? So yeah. Let me see. Okay, next question. Is car insurance less expensive? Yeah, 100% super cheap out here. Yes. I don't know how much alcohol. I'm reading the question. Someone's asking me how much is an alcohol license in Mexico. I have no idea. More questions. Let me see. But anyways, the solar panels are popular here in Merida. Yes, 100%. If you can afford them, they're great. They're wonderful. In fact, I know many people that have solar panels, whether they bought the house with solar panels or they added solar panels after that, and their bill every month, their electric bill every month is zero. And now here you do waste a lot of electricity because, again, the air conditioner and other factors. But basically the air conditioner, you got to have that thing going, you know, full blast, you know, for not everybody, but you definitely got to, you know, most people got to have it on for comfort and especially at night to sleep. So long story short, you know what I mean? If you can, you know, have solar panels and you never have to worry about that, you can definitely have your air conditioner on 24 hours a day. So yeah, no, they're a big thing out here and they're a lot easier to obtain and to install and to all that stuff out here than they are in the USA, because I know in the USA, you know, they talk about it all the time. Oh, solar panels, green energy and all this other stuff. But have you tried to put solar panels on your house in the USA? Yeah, exactly. If you have, you know it's not that easy. Out here, it's pretty easy and pretty affordable. Now, again, it's going to cost you money. You know, that is, you know, expensive technology. But yeah, long story short, you know, from most people that I talk to that have gotten them, they are not only are they very, very happy with the solar panels, but they seem to be very inexpensive, you know, in comparison to the USA. So Cali Trucker, shout out to you, brother. Congratulations on 13 subscribers. Thank you very much. Property taxes in Mexico is 1,600 pesos. That's awesome. Yeah, $2,400 in California. Correct. Yes. Anyway, shout out to you, brother. Yeah, it's a lot cheaper out here. Yeah, pirate. Yes, fluorinated salt. Yeah, I know that was interesting. I didn't even know it was fluorinated until, you know, when I was just shopping. You know, and I'm just one of those guys. Okay, I'm a Virgo. All right, you know, I don't know what else to say, but I'm always like inspecting everything to the max. And so yeah, you know what I mean. Even salt. You know what I mean. I want to make sure that the ingredient is salt. And when I saw that the ingredient was salt plus fluoride, and there's something else that they add in there, I was like, what? Huh? What? You know, and then obviously it's like, the same as you. It was very interesting that's where they put it, you know, but it makes sense. Can we see Gizmo? I don't know. Gizmo's out there right now in the front of the house looking for cats. You know, there's no way for me to, if he comes in here, if he comes into the room, which sometimes he does, I'll put the camera on. Otherwise, I really can't, you know, do much about Gizmo at the moment. He has a mind of his own. So he's out, like he's literally right now in the front of the house, like guarding the gate, you know, and just making sure, you know, anytime that a cat passes by or another dog or whatever, he's, you know, making sure to bark it up. So if you hear him barking, you already know what he's barking at. But he's just there like in incognito, you know, he likes to surprise bark people. Anyways. Blonde Thunder or Blonde Thrutter? Sorry. Anyways, Sorry. Okay, it says, do you think Blonde says, do you think if the U.S. economy collapses, they will go digital? They're already digital. I know a lot of people don't really follow these things. For anyone that doesn't know, I really follow a lot of this stuff, even though I don't really talk about it no more. But long story short, look, guys, keep it 100. The U.S., most economies, most first world economies, they have been digital for a very long time, okay? If you got a banking app and you see your, you know, all your transactions that are digital on your phone, if all you do is use digital payments like most Americans do these days, listen, what is that telling you? You're already digital. So yeah, we're going to go into a digital currency, you know, this central banking digital currencies, right? The CBDCs or what have you. Yeah, that's coming. You know, I've been telling people about that for a long time. Yeah, it's coming. But don't be getting it confused. We already function on a digital currency. It's a digital currency that still has paper money. But soon they're going to transfer everything to a completely digital currency. So long story short, you're asking me, you know, do I think the U.S. economy collapses? They're going to go digital? Yeah, they're already digital. And are they going to go even more digital? Yes, because again, I know this is not the channel for that, you know, whatever. But long story short, all you got to do is just do a search, even on YouTube, for Fed Now. Okay, for anyone that doesn't even know what that is, just search Fed Now. And that's a brand new thing. Well, it's not that brand new. It might be brand new to you guys. But long story short, you know, the Federal Reserve is launching an application, okay, that you can that you're going to be putting on your phone, all right? And you can already guess what that is, okay? It's a bank, okay, that is run by the central banks, aka the Federal Reserve. And now everyone, okay, is going to have access to that. And what do I mean? Well, the government is starting in June, July, I don't know when, they're going to start rolling it out and offering it to people to download and have access to a U.S. run bank, aka if straight up, basically what they're saying is that, hey, we're going to give you a bank account with the Federal Reserve. Okay? So with that bank account that is directly linking you to the Federal Reserve, well, you already know they're going to have control over you, right? And if they're going to start getting rid of the big banks, yeah. Anyway, so you can already figure out where this is going, okay? When the whole what is it? The credit system, the social credit system. Again, don't be thinking that the US doesn't have a social credit system. It does. It's called a credit score. All right, get your credit score low enough. Go and try and get a 350 or 400 score, and let's see how easy it is for you to function in the economy. It's not. Okay, so again, people are like, oh my God, we're so scared that, we're going to get, it's already there. It's already coming. They're just going to make it worse. Okay, so long story short, what I think is going to happen, F it. I know you guys are asking me again. This is why I can't keep these videos on YouTube. But anyway, this is just my opinion. Remember, you're listening to a guy sitting in a fake beach with a fake horse. Okay, so don't be, just take whatever I'm saying with a grain of salt. But in my opinion, by the way, I see, Dominic Soto, shout out to you with the $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to, I saw you there. I didn't want to forget you there. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Dominic. Yes, thank you. That's definitely going to put a dent in that, in the electrical work. As you know, it wasn't like by the way, I got my washing machine broke and a bunch of other things. Don't get me started. Again, thank God I'm in Mexico and you can just get these things fixed, okay? But anyways, thank you, Dominic, for the $20. Much appreciated. Shout out to you. Okay, celebrate. Thank you, okay? Much appreciated. That's the first super chat ever from you, it says here. Thank you, YouTube, for reminding me. Anyways, long story short, what I'm saying is what I was getting at before I got interrupted by the awesome Dominic with the awesome $20 was the fact that, look, in my opinion, what I think is going to happen is that once the dollar falls, it's going to get replaced by, you ready? Another dollar. Yeah, that's right. The dollar is going to get replaced by another dollar. That's right. Everyone's talking about, the Chinese yuan or the, BRICS or the this. Listen, man, listen. Study that stuff for a while. Study what's really going on in the world, all right? And you're going to quickly see the king dollar is king dollar, and there's nothing going to replace king dollar unless king dollar is taken down. And how do you take down king dollar? You got to take down the freaking empire, all right? Yeah, I know the empire is not doing well, and the empire is, sputtering about. But long story short, it's going to take a lot more than that, okay? And if you see what's going on in the rest of the world, listen, they're doing way worse than the USA, okay? The only place that's doing better than the USA is, you're looking at it, places like Mexico. And again, not all of Mexico. Certain places like where I'm at and other places, okay? Remember, the world is in chaos right now. Don't get it twisted, all right? But long story short, what I think is that it's just going to get replaced by another dollar. Now, this other dollar is going to be a digital dollar that will probably be backed by gold. Yeah, that's right, guys. You're hearing it here first, all right? But again, this is just my opinion. A lot of people are going to think I'm crazy and full of crap. Again, that's fine. I got a talking horse. I'm sorry. Anyways, whatever. You can figure it out. But long story short, that's my opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. From all the, kind of like studying of the situation and, for years that I've been doing, even before, anything that's been happening in the last 3 years was going on. I already kind of knew something like this was going to happen. So a place like Mexico, where the majority of the population isn't really functioning on a digital system, well, guess what? They have a leg up because, once this whole great reset or whatever the whole thing is, that's going to start getting rolled out, Mexico is going to be like a lot of other countries that are, third world. Okay, I'm saying this very loosely. They're not connected to the whole digital banking system per se. So they're going to be able to just not participate, not be forced to participate. Unlike a bunch of other countries that are being forced to participate. Okay, even other third world countries that you would never think would be forced to participate. So, Mexico's in a very unique spot. there's someone in the chat saying that, the gangsters of Mexico, the cartels, whatever, that they're not going to allow it. You'd be surprised, okay, who would and wouldn't allow it out here. But the reality is that it's just basically the people, man. And, the way that the Mexican system is set up, it's just, it's just almost impossible for them to really set up a whole digital system out here. And it's just going to be very interesting to see the whole thing play out. Again, listen to what I said earlier, that I think that eventually, once it all settles down, that the US dollar fails, all the other currency fails around the world, and we go through the great digital, the great reset, we're going to, gold and silver are going to get back on there, because that's what's really going to dictate the next world reserve currency. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you something right now that I was thinking about recently as I've been doing research on Mexico, and, it was giving me an idea for a future video. But this is something brand new that I was just thinking of recently as I'm, going deep down this rabbit hole, and all this other stuff. Don't be surprised if, Mexico might be, okay, a world reserve currency. Yeah, I know. Please, don't kill me. I know. Hey, stop throwing things at me. Come on. Hey, come on. Relax. But it could happen. I was, I didn't even know this until I learned it recently. But, back in the mid 1800s, who do you think had the world reserve currency? Mexico. Yeah, that's right. And why was Mexico the world reserve currency back then? Well, because the world was in chaos, and the Mexican silver peso, the silver that came from Mexico, was the only freaking thing out there that was stable enough to call a world reserve currency. So guess what, guys? If the world really, if everything really does hit the fan, and, nobody can step up to the plate, no country can step up to the plate with, their world reserve currency that is backed not just by gold or whatever, but, a bunch of other factors. Well, then guess what? Maybe a country like Mexico will rise out of nowhere and just hold the world reserve currency. Because again, if we're going to just go back to basics, which we always do when we reset, it's always gold and silver, right? Okay? So I rest on my face. I rest on your face. I rest my case. Okay? Okay? So listen, man, there's so many things out there that people are just not aware of. And, this is why I'm constantly encouraging people, hey, don't be just relying on making US dollars when you come out here. Because that might last a few more years. Who knows? It might not last that much longer. But we still got time on that. But long story short, the time is ticking. Tick tock and motherfucker, tick tock, tickety tock tock. All right. So that's 100%, guys. So there's just so many things going on in the world, and that's why Mexico is kind of like a safe haven, because it's not that it's safe. We know Mexico is going through its own issues. It is pretty safe compared to the U.S. These days. But long story short, when most people really talk about safe, when I'm saying safe, I'm meaning safe from that situation, that whole digital currency, digital, what is it, like the digital credit system, all of this, that digital world, that whole digital system that they're trying to force the rest of the world to kind of like comply with, to fall in line with, and get on board with. I know I don't have to worry about that here. Listen, there's a bunch of other countries in which I probably won't have to worry about that, but Mexico is as close to a first world country as you're going to find out there, that is also off the grid. I don't know if that makes any sense. So there's tons of other countries out there that are off the grid. You don't got to worry about any of this digital crap. But let's be honest. We also like the comforts, that come from some of this, new technology in the digital world. And so, in Mexico, I think you have the best of both worlds. And I'm really big into technology and a lot of the changes that are coming, forward. I know a lot of people are very scared of everything that's coming. But the reality is that, it's like any other huge change that happens in the world, some places are going to be, some places are going to take full advantage, of the technology, and they're going to be able to, rise above. And other places, they're not. And in other places, they're going to be using that same technology to enslave their people even further. Nothing new here. If you study world history since forever, this is nothing new. This is the same cycle that keeps repeating. So it's the same thing. This is the same exact thing I see here. I see that, some countries are going to definitely, not be happy. They're definitely going to be feeling it. And as the years go on, it's only going to get worse. People think it's bad now. Wait till we keep going as the years go on. But yeah, I think Mexico is going to be one of those places that it's going to see exponential growth simply because of the relationship it has with the U.S., simply because it's offering a safe haven, a freedom-loving safe haven with very minimal government oversight, okay? And a lot of people around the world, of all income levels, of all ilks, are looking for that. Because remember, the USA used to be that over 100 years ago. Remember, a little bit over 100 years ago, you remember, that's when Ellis Island, was the thing. When all the immigrants were coming to the USA through New York, the Statue of Liberty. Come on, do some history on that. If you some what is it, refresh your memory on that if you don't know the history. But long story short, this is not the first time. And, for as an American, we can literally just look back at our own history and see how what's going to happen in Mexico is going to develop. So, honestly, that's what I see. I see what's happening in Mexico right now, what happened in the U.S. years ago, decades ago. Okay? So, and both countries are going to mutually benefit from this. Right now, the USA has gone through a lot of really, really, really good times. And now they're, hard times are coming. And Mexico, well, they've been dealing only with hard times for the last 40, 50 years. And so now the good times are here. Again, the cycle. And that's it. It's just, it is what it is. So, okay. All right. Quickly here. We got another shout out, thanks again for $10 from Cali. Thank you very much. Cali Trucker out there with a $10. Super chat. Shout out to you, brother. Wait, sorry, wrong effect there. Cali Trucker says the National Debt Clock website no longer displays the true cost of gold and silver. My friend, it's been a while. And by the way, in fact, I don't know how closely you watch that, the US Debt Clock. I'm not going to put it here. Okay, we're trying to keep it in Mexico, okay? It's enough that I'm talking about these things. But anyways, long story short, that's been going on and off for a while now. I want to say almost a year, which is, again, this has been a while. And but the thing is that it comes and goes. So if you are someone that's watching that, keep watching it, and at some point it's going to come back, and you're going to see the price is going to be astronomical, and then it's going to disappear again. But the fact that there's no display of the true cost tells you everything you need to know. And you know why? You know why they cannot determine the true cost of gold and silver right now? Oh, sorry, I banged the microphone there. You know why they can't determine the true cost of gold and silver these days right now? Is because even though you can go to websites and, there's an official price for gold and silver, a lot of financially educated people around the world know something is up, and we are, there's a lot of financial turmoil coming. So if you go to countries around the world, let's say you go to India or you go to Mexico, whatever, you go to a bunch of places, they're going to be selling gold and silver way above asking price, okay? And people are paying way above asking price, okay? Meaning way above spot, okay? And why is that? Because again, supply and demand. Now, you're not seeing that in the USA. And in fact, in the USA, you got absolutely zero, education when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, it's happening. In fact, see if you can do some research and do some, what are the prices of gold and silver in other worldwide markets? And you're going to see the price arbitrage is beyond insane. Too bad that you can't, buy gold and silver in one country and sell it somewhere else. If you could, oh my God, be sitting pretty right now. So anyways, so shout out to Cali Trucker, and shout out to Let Truth Prevail. Shout out to Let Truth Prevail with the $10 super chat. Shout out to both of you guys. Hells to the yeah. I'm very glad that the information provided was very useful to you guys out there in the audience. All right, let me read some comments. I'm just gonna go all the way down to, the comments, where they're at now, and then I'll make my way up. Okay, I'm gonna go backwards this time. Okay, so Standing Mannequin says, if it's official, the U.S. government shouldn't charge over $40 for a silver ounce. Man, silver should be, one of these should be worth over $1,000, maybe more. Okay, and you can get one now, I think, for like, I don't know how much you're getting it for over there, but I don't know what's the price these days, like $30, $25. Yeah. Anyways, imagine gold. So let me see, reading some questions. Maggie Price says, about to sign a contract for my new casa in Mexico. Hey, shout out to you. Hold on. So congratulations. Hold on, where's my other sound effect? I got a soundboard. It's all over the place here. There we go. A lot of countries are accumulating gold lately. They've been accumulating gold for years. Years. Okay? But yes, Pixie, yes, you're right. They're even accumulating even more these days. By the way, let's see if my audience knows. Okay? Let's see. We got some trivia here. All right? So we got some financial trivia. Who is the largest holder of silver on Earth? Who has the largest holdings of silver on planet Earth? All right. Let's see if you guys know. Let me see. I'm going to read some more. All right. Let's see if any of you guys have any, if you guys know what the answer to that question is. I'm just looking over the chat to see if there's anything. I see you guys are chatting amongst yourselves, and you guys are also interacting and building a community and helping each other out. So again, I love that. Because it's like, a lot of people, rely on just me or other YouTubers or whatever for all this information. But, the reality is that we should all be helping each other out. And a lot of you guys do that, you know what I mean? Especially like in the Facebook groups and stuff like that. And I always love to hear that. Don't just take it from me or whoever else is out there in the YouTubes, do some research, and the research comes from just interacting with other people. So, shout out to everyone out there doing that. So, hells to the yes. Okay, so, okay, there we go. Okay, we're getting some answers. Okay, so so the question was, who has the most silver holdings, okay, physical silver coins, holdings, bricks, whatever, on Earth? Okay, so we got questions. I mean, we got okay. So anyways, Mexico, Peru, Warren Buffett. Okay, I see a few people with the right answer. So the first one with the right answer was Steven Sato with J.P. Morgan. By the way, shout out to you, Mr. Sorry about that. Mr. Steven Sato. Shout out to you, brother. But yes, you got it. J.P. Mother effing Morgan. All right. Pirate also got it. That's right. Cali, is Chase Bank the same as JP Morgan? I think it is, right? But anyways, JP Mother effing Morgan, all right? So what does that tell you? What the hell does that tell you? You know what I mean? Like, if it ain't valuable, if this ain't worth anything, then why the hell they got so much of it? All right? So, yeah, that should tell you. But in untapped silver reserves, it is Mexico, by the way. So who has the most untapped silver reserves still? Mexico. So yeah, that's why I'm also saying, the fact that You know what I mean? Like if the shit were to really hit the fan in the very near future, Mexico's sitting very pretty. And, about 200 years ago, when the world was in turmoil, back then, and, in the mid 1800s, early 1800s, let's not forget that, no, sorry, I was just getting, anyway, some messages there. But anyways, let's not forget that back then, as all these, countries were fighting for power and all these things were happening, in a very tumultuous world, the world needed a world reserve currency, and that world reserve currency became the Mexican peso. And again, it wasn't like the country of Mexico was in any stable, condition back then, but the silver coins that they were minting were. In fact, they were so stable and they were printing so many that these became hyperinflated, overinflated, and they started to lose their value. That's right. Okay? So, again, the Spanish Empire was also built on Mexican silver. Okay? That was even before that. All right? But I digress. At the end of the day, it's already happened before. Why wouldn't it happen again? All right? So, I'm just throwing it out there. We don't know what's going to happen. So if all of a sudden we're moving into a world where there's two factions of groups out there, two groups of people, two factions of people or individuals out there, one group that wants to go full digital and nothing but digital, and then the other group that, is still holding on to the fundamentals of gold and silver. Again, why would that happen? Because all the power structures right now, they just want to go full digital. Let's just be honest, they just want to have control. But there's so many countries out there, like in Mexico and other countries out there, that are not participating because they know that they can compete with that system with a better system, a system that people want, which is, again, based off of gold and silver and cash. Again, I'm not a fan of cash, but I am a fan of cash that is backed by something. And so, I do right now, just like many times in other, parts of, human history, it's the same thing. It's all about options, and, some people are going to want to live in the dystopian future, and some people are not. And that's as simple as that. And so, the ones that don't, they're going to come to places like Mexico and they're going to be able to thrive and then, not worry about any of these things. And other people are not going to be able to escape, their digital overlords. It's as simple as that. So, shout out to Devil's Advocate, with another $20. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Shout out to you. Oh wait, I keep pushing the wrong button. So, shout out to Devil's Advocate. First 13K are the hardest. Congrats. Keep it up, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stay hard. Anyways, let me see. But yeah, JP Morgan, guys. Cash is king. Okay. But yeah. But that's the thing, right now, what we're seeing is nothing new, which is, an even more, centralization of power. Because again, I don't know how many people know this or not. I know a lot of this stuff is a lot more common knowledge these days. But look, right now with the whole crash that was happening in the U.S. with all the banks, what was the plan behind all that? It was just to kill the small banks and keep consolidating into just, a few central banks. And they're going to continue to do that until eventually there's one or two banks. But again, the more they do that, again, it's happened before in history, the more they do that, the more incentive it gives, for people out there that are outside the system to just start their own. Because look, what ends up happening is that, this centralized system, that is, you got to have a digital score and you got to this and you got to behave and the censorship and all that. The thing is that when that rolls out, okay, again, this is not the first time. When that rolls out, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be excluded because they just, like me, I behave badly. So I'm probably going to be excluded from that system. And guess what? Am I going to be the only one? No. There's going to be tons of people that are not going to participate, okay? Whether they are not allowed or they just don't want to. And guess what? They're going to just set up their own system. It's going to go outside of that system. Same as it ever was. And again, in a very tumultuous world in which we might be going into World War III, you know, before you know it. I mean, how are you going to be enforcing any of this stuff, any of this monetary whatever? And again, let's just suppose we go into World War III. Do you think the dollar is really going to be able to freaking withstand that? It's not. You know, especially if all the freaking powers, you know, are fighting against each other. And it's, you know, again, you know, back like it used to be back during World War II. I'm telling you, you know, it's, you know, there's so many things that are you know, that are in the pot right now and people are not looking at. You know, right now people are fighting over, you know, who's the one that's selling you Bud Light, you know, or whatever the hell, you know, whatever it is but most of the people are fighting about right now. It's just a distraction. Whatever it is. I don't give a crap what it is that you are out there, you know, look, and I'm sorry, you know me, you know how I go hard or go home. But look, you guys should know this by now, that whatever the hell that, you know, it's going out there that is just making people triggered, whether you're on the left or the right or the up or the down or the diagonal, it's just for that. It's just to trigger you so that you're focused on that and you're going crazy over who's selling you Bud Light or not or whatever it is. I'm just focusing on that because that's the only thing I can think of at the moment. But the reality is, it's all distraction, man. It's all a freaking distraction because all of these things that we're talking about now, that's what most people should be talking about. These are the things that people should be worried about, but nobody is. Nobody cares. Everybody is just a zombie. You know, it's the same as it ever was, you know? So, you know, the thing is, it's like, you know, don't worry about what's going on with everybody else. Don't worry about what's going on with the zombies. Don't worry about any of that. You got to be worrying about you, your family, your loved ones, your horse, whatever, you know, and that's it. Forget about it. You know what I mean? Other people's opinions ain't paying your bills. You know, just do whatever you got to do. Again, look, forever, I've always been the crazy one, all right, with my friends and my family, whatever. Listen, when the whole pandemic happened, I wasn't that crazy. Sitting here today, I'm definitely not that crazy. Going forward, I'm the least crazy. In fact, most of these people that thought I was so crazy are now asking me, hey, help. You know, that's fine. I'm here to help. I'm here to do whatever. But I mean, I'm you know, come on. So stick to your guns, okay? You know what's best for you and your family. Don't believe anything out there. Like I see a lot of people saying in the chat, you know, like, yeah, I go against whatever Jamie Dimon says, or I go, you know, whatever the guy from Mad Money, I forgot his name, you know, the loser from Mad Money on CNBC. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's really not that hard to play the game. You just literally do the opposite of whatever they're telling you. So whatever the hell is in the news right now, whatever it is that is constantly in the airways right now, literally go the opposite direction. Okay? So, but yeah, anyways. I know. Let's take a poll. All right, what's everybody drinking out there? What's everybody's libation or drink of choice out there? All right? I'm going to play a little music real quick. I'm going to take a little 10-second break, you know, while you guys chat amongst yourselves and I catch my breath. Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? I don't breathe. The whole time I'm talking, I'm just talking, and I don't breathe. I actually hold the world record, you know, for holding my breath underwater.
Bruh.
I know. I'm freaking...
It's your birthday.
I'm the worst.
Birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Go, 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 go.
That's right, Jim Cramer.
Go, 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 go. Go finance, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. Go finance, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday.
Everybody. Get a little celebratory cigar, right? Hanging out with my buddies tonight. I'm hanging out with my homies tonight. Not just everybody in the audience, but we're also hanging out with, you know, Jameson and Mary Jane. You know, they're both joining us today. So shout out to them as well. Again, for anyone that doesn't know, remember, once this video is over, once the live stream is over, I got to take it off of YouTube Again, if you guys haven't been paying attention to what I've been saying, I've already gotten in trouble, for these videos. So the reality is that I got to take it off of YouTube, once we're done here. But again, if you want to see it in the future, all you got to do is go to my website. All right, I'm going to show you right now, real quick. Oops, wrong button. Oh, wrong button. Jesus. There we go. Oh, wrong button. Anyway, just go to my website, and on my website right here where it says podcast all the way at the top. See, podcast, you click on there, and boom, you're going to see all the podcasts, okay? So this one is going to be there in video format, okay? And it's on Spotify and all this other stuff. And by the way, shout out to everyone. I see the numbers. I see a lot of you guys are actually listening, and I'm very happy and very glad because, again, it's a shame that I can only do these live streams and I got to take them down. But, I'm happy that I can at least still keep them online and share them with you, even if it's on another platform. So, it is what it is, so no big deal. I love YouTube. I know a lot of people have their things and issues with YouTube, but I love YouTube. And look, it's a business. I'm a businessman. I get it. It is what it is. No big deal. As long as I get to still, do my job, which in this case is just helping you guys out, by making these videos and doing the things that I do, hey, that's fine with me. You know what I mean? So shout out to YouTube out there for giving us this platform for me to, again, interact with all of you guys and talk to you guys about all these things and make all the videos that I do. Again, I'm sure you guys already know, you can go to my website in my YouTube page, and on my YouTube page you guys can watch all the videos. And again, shout out to all the new viewers, all the new subscribers, every single one of you guys. All right, seriously, it's been a hectic few months. It's been a crazy year all around, not just for the channel, but just, all the things that I'm doing. So, and it's crazy too, because like I was telling you guys earlier, man, I was exhausted today before we went online. And, the reason I do these things, you know what I mean? The reason I'm here live right now is because I know it sounds crazy, but this whole thing re-energizes me. It just gives me energy again, just the whole, I don't know if you guys know people like David Goggins or whatever. I'm sorry I keep bringing them up. I know there's a bunch of new and old listeners at the moment. But, at the end of the day, it's just you got to push to your limits, one life, So just keep pushing, keep trying to achieve and do things. And the whole point is that, yeah, if you're doing something that nobody else is doing, that's great. That's awesome. You should be proud of that. You should be putting, your thumbs up to that and be very grateful the fact that you can do these things while others, they're just too lazy to even get off the couch. All right. So the fact that you're even watching these videos and you're getting yourself ready and prepared, with knowledge and information and all this other stuff in order to make that move, whatever that move is. Okay. Again, you should be very proud of yourselves. Okay. You're doing what a lot of people wish they could do. All right. So thank you, and Solis. Hugo Lopez says, I lived in Merida when I was a kid. It's a nice place to live. It's the best place to live. I was just commenting that to Christian as right now because, I'm from Miami, Florida, and, I grew up in the hood, in the Cuban Latino hood. And when I started living and exploring the rest of the country, the rest of the USA, I was like, man, I don't know. It just sucks in comparison to what I was used to. And look, where I came from sucked as well. Okay, don't get me wrong. But long story short, it sucked less, all right? And when I came out to Mexico, when I came out to Merida, for the first time and I was out here, I just fell in love with it immediately because I was like, oh, wow, this is what how I feel when I was a kid, when I grew up in, the whole everything, the whole environment. And so that's why I think I see things a little differently out here than others, because to me, I'm basically living in the same neighborhood and in the same environment, the same weather, the same everything that I grew up in the 80s and 90s in Miami, in the hood, in the Cuban hood, and stuff like that. So to me, I love it out here because it's more personal. Maybe that's why it doesn't translate to some people out there where they just don't understand how come I love it more than other people, and how come I love the heat, how come I love living in, in the Mexican neighborhoods, how come I just love it out here so much. And to me, it's just, because it's like it really does feel like home. It feels more like home to me than my actual home in Miami, literally. And, again, everyone's a little different, but I mean, that's the way at least I feel. And yeah, I just love it out here because it's just that thing where, obviously the world is changing, things are changing, they're changing here as well, but It's like the people out here have maintained their want and desire for freedom and their want and desire for sovereignty of everything, of every kind that you can imagine. And that's priceless. Me as an immigrant, me as a child of immigrants, that's what I like to see. I like to see that, that constant hunger to go out there and make things happen. And it's just, for me, I love it. I just love it out here. I know it's not for everybody, but for me, it's just it's more personal as to why I choose Mérida over other parts of Mexico as well, because I've visited other parts of Mexico, but at least in this region, I feel very, very much like I do at home, like I did at home, and I love it. Oh, shout out for the $5 from Michelangelo Hermoso. Oh my God, love the name. Michelangelo Hermoso. Shout out to you, brother. That was my cousin's name. All right. Cutie says, thank you for the videos, keeping it so real, so inspiring and helpful. You're very welcome. Abby says, I'm drinking coffee, guys, all right? I don't know. All right, I don't know what you guys are talking about. And this is just a fake cigar. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Okay? Come on now. Come on now. I'm drinking coffee at 8 o'clock at night. Right?
Bruh.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, great. Okay. Keith says, how much are Cuban cigars going? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I do know that they sell them here. They sell Cuban rum. By the way, it's so good. I can get a bottle of Cuban rum for like $12. Yeah, and I'm talking about the añejo rum. Well, they have three. They got like the super dark añejo. They got the medium, which is the one I like, the one that looks like caramel, the rum. And then they got the light rum. It's all right. The light rum is more for mixing and stuff like that. The middle one is the one I like, because it's like Cuban whiskey. It's like whiskey. It's like, it's not whiskey, but it's like, it has a deep and developed flavor that I love. And anyways, I can get it for $12. I literally get it from the liquor store. I mean, not even the liquor store, the beer store. That's like 2 blocks, not even 2 blocks, a block and a half, all right, from my house. And I buy it from there for that whenever. By the way, I don't drink rum a lot, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's great. It's awesome. And Cuban cigars are, obviously for sale here. I don't know the prices though. Sorry. I've already had a few libations. I apologize. I was going off on a circle rant tangent there. But what I was trying to say is the fact that a beauty about living in Mexico is that there is no embargo with Cuba. In fact, Cuba and Mexico are really, really close, tight friends. And they get along pretty great. So with that being said, guess what? We get Cuban rum and Cuban cigars and anything Cuban out here. In fact, a lot of the medical system is so good out here because the Cuban government, Cubans and Cuban doctors, have been helping so much, and developing the system and developing so much. And so, for anyone that knows anything about Cuba, yeah, it's a very poor, country that's dealing with communism and all these other things, but they do have a lot of awesome things about it. And one of the awesomeness things that they have about it is one of the best, medical doctors, medical everything in the world. And so with that being said, yeah, Mexico's, years ago, about a decade ago, was lacking. They had shortages of doctors. The whole system was not doing good. And I learned that, since Mexico's always helped out Cuba, for once, Mexico asked Cuba, hey, can you guys help us instead? And Cuba's like, oh, of course. What can we help you with? And they're like, hey, we need help with our medical system and doctors and all this other stuff. And Cuba's like, yeah, we got you. And so, yeah, they basically helped, fix and reform the whole medical system out here. Pretty cool, right? So, yeah, so like the dark and amber rum is probably a little bit more expensive. I would say maybe $16. And then the lighter rum might be like $8, So pretty cheap. And by the way, I've been to Cuba and it's just a little cheaper than that. So it's like, yeah, you're basically getting, the Cuban price. So that's pretty cool for the rum. But the cigars, look, I know that they sell a lot of Cuban cigars out here. But I don't really inquired much about that. I'm not a big cigar smoker. I mean, I am, but I got another brand of cigar that I like. Wink, wink. So, All right. By the way, if you guys have any questions at all, you guys want me to talk about any kind of subjects at all, please go right ahead. Ask me. That's what we're here for. I know we're celebrating. I know I go off on my rants. You know, I thank you guys so much for letting me go on my rants and I'm bombarding me with questions, allowing me to just go off. I appreciate as well the fact that you guys really enjoy the knowledge and the information I'm providing. That really, really makes me feel good, because a lot of times, you know, sometimes I'm talking about some of these subjects and I'm like, damn, do people even care about these things? So thank you, because, you know, seeing so many people in the audience and seeing all the donations and all the love I'm getting really makes me, you know, happy that I'm talking about these things and providing this information to you guys that is very helpful. And by the way, let's remember, don't forget out there, guys, you know, I do provide one-on-one consultations, because a lot of you guys have other questions that I cannot answer here. And you guys, you know, reach out to me and we do one-on-one personalized consultations where you get to talk to me one-on-one. Lambo is around if you want him or not. He's also part of the deal. All right. But long story short, you know, you can talk to me and Lambo, whatever, about all kinds of issues that we cannot discuss on air. Period. All right. So please, you know what I mean? If you guys have other questions that you want me to talk about that I have not answered or cannot answer, feel free to reach out to me. But regardless, you know, yeah, I'm glad I'm out here, you know, being able to help you guys out. By the way, since I got so many of you guys out here, all right, I want to ask you guys a question. Would you guys be interested in a podcast if I and a friend of mine, some of you guys know this friend, but anyways, if me and my friend bring the podcast back? Now, we're thinking about bringing it back maybe once a week. You know, we're still in the preliminary. Again, you guys know I'm crazy busy, but this is something I really want to do. But again, I only want to do it if there's going to be people listening. But long story short, a podcast. And what is this podcast going to be about? Honestly, comedy. We're just going to be shooting the shit. I don't know what else to say. We're just going to have fun and enjoy, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? So basically maybe talking about a lot of the insanity that's going on in clown world these days and just being able to, you know, talk about it and, you know, laugh about it. And because, look, I don't know about you guys, but you know how the old saying goes, you're either laughing or you're crying. So you might as well laugh. So I go with the laughing. And so, you know, there's a lot of issues out there. And again, it will not be on this channel for obvious reasons, you know, for the censorship and all this other whatever. But long story short, you know, I'll be telling you guys about it here. So, you know, you guys will be able to find it very easily. But long story short, would you guys be interested in that? It's going to be on another channel, and it'll just be a channel dedicated to the podcast. And it'll, you know, again, it'll be an hour and a half, give or take, once a week. And again, it's just going to be talking about the insanity of clown world, you know. In fact, you know, maybe pretty similar to some of the topics that we were talking about today. You know, we might talk about those topics again, just depending on what's going on in that episode of Clown World. Because as you know, every single day now, you know what I mean? We're living in the Matrix or whatever it is. So, but anyways, if you guys are interested, let me know. Okay, because, okay, let me look at the chat. I see you guys are already, okay, we're seeing yes, absolutely. Me encanta. Yes. Okay, all right, great. You're funny. Is the other guy funny? I don't know. That's yet to be determined, you know? But I think that's part of the comedy.
Bruh.
He's in the audience right now, by the way. He's in the chat. All right? Right now he's in the chat. So, you know. Anyways. Yes, I got old podcasts out there. Okay. Well, Joe Peach, by the way, Joe Peach, it's going to be this format. So the podcast, okay, so by the way, so the podcast is going to be like, you know, some of the podcasts that you guys see out there already, where it is a live podcast. It'll be a live stream, just like you're seeing right now. Only it's going to be me and my friend, my partner out there, okay? And, you know, once the show's over, you know, it's going to be in podcast form so that you can listen to it at your leisure, you know, when you're, you know, running or, you know, changing the oil on your car or frying, you know, a turkey in your backyard, whatever it is you're doing. You know what I mean? You can listen to the hilarity and insanity of the podcast. So, okay. But yeah, but yes, it's going to be live, and then, you know, you're going to just, you know, have the ability to listen to it at any point. So that, I mean, that's how it's going to work. All right, let's see. Awesome. Okay, so awesome positive feedback. All right, Mr. I don't even know what to call you anymore. But anyways, Mr. Friend in the audience out there. See, you got your answer there. So I know. But anyways, okay. So I'm glad that you guys are into it because I want to bring it back, and I think it's gonna be fun. All right, let me see. Oh, Harnam Karur. Shout out to you. Said, how's married life? Great. Love it. The best. It's funny you even asked that because, back when I was in the USA, I was always in failed relationships. I had like a million relationships. And always a failure. And, it gets to the point where, you think it's you and yada, yada, yada. But, the more work you do on yourself, you realize it had nothing to do with you. It had more to do with, everyone else. And again, yes, a lot of it had to do with you in many cases. Anyways, I digress. The point I'm making is that once I did all that work on myself, I definitely didn't want any more relationships. And I was very single for a very long time. And then when I moved to Mexico, and I started dating, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is like what it used to be like, or this is kind of more like what I'm, what I want. I was like, all right, cool. I gave it more of a chance. And then, one day, I went on a date with Christian, and everything was great and wonderful, and it's always been great and wonderful. Of course, we got our ups and downs just like any other relationship. But long story short, it's been, everything I've always wanted. And I think for her as well. And it's just, man, we've been through a lot of awesome times, a lot of difficult times, but we've only gotten stronger as a relationship has, progressed. And I think it's just because of the fact that, just things are different out here, and you've heard me talk about it many times before. And at the end of the day, it's just that, we're partners, we're here to, she knows her role. I know my role. We got our roles, and we're both, willing to do them. And even though we're in a modern world, and it is what it is. And long story short, very happy, man. Very, very, very happy. So I'm glad you brought that up. But again, it was only possible for me anyway out here. I know a lot of people can find this, find love, back where you're from, and find what you want wherever you're at. But for me, I guess it's just what I was looking for. Basically, they only had it out here, and I was able to get it, and very happy. That's it. I don't even know what else to say. So thank you for the kind words. So I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. I'm the worst. Okay, I can barely say my own name. Okay, so thank you for being so nice as well. All right, but anyways, I'm back to the podcast. I'm very happy that you guys are down. Okay, because that's something that I really want to do because that's fun. For me, the podcast, and especially if it's just comedy, and we're just again talking about the insanity of what's going on in the world, man, that's fun. And so I want to bring that back, and I'm glad that you guys are down for that. So that's going to be cool. Awesome. There you go. See, Raymond G says, I do a lot of driving, need something to listen to. Perfecto. Devil Dog says, I'm just jumping in. Can you do a quick recap of what you've been covering, please? Yeah, we've just been celebrating 13K subscribers, and we've been shooting the shit. I don't know what else to say. And talking about whatever the hell, I don't know. I forgot what I honestly, you couldn't pay me to recite or even remember what I said earlier. I think we talked about monetary, right? I don't know. Maybe people in the audience can help me out. My memory not so good, I wonder why. Okay, thanks, Tina. Shout out to you. Thank you. And Solis wants to know where you can find the podcast. Okay, so look. What you can do is that here, I'll show you right now. 1 second. So on my website, okay, just on the top. Okay, here, let's just start from the beginning, right? So here, just go to my website. Okay, all the links are down below. joseadiaga.com. All right, click on the site. Click on the website. Okay, once you're here, there's a thing all the way at the top. It says podcast. Click on there, and then here you're gonna see, the regular, live streams, things I've been doing here on this channel. But the more you scroll down, again, load more, okay? Keep scrolling down. Eventually, you're going to start seeing, oh, yeah, these are not the podcasts. I forgot. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I forgot. This is the things I used to, these are podcasts? Oh, yeah. These are the podcasts. But they're also mixed in with live streams I used to do on my other channel. So this is where you're going to find remnants of all that, okay? So see, look, Jose quits the podcast to become a fat activist. Here, let's listen to that.
I'm old, legit, some.
No, yeah, I forgot. We do a lot of.
Yeah.
Right? He's out there making money. Money.
Ideally. Trading. Making the big bucks. Making the big moves. You know how Mr. Lodek does? He's constantly out there trading his bitcoins.
So, anyways, all right. That was a horrible clip there, but you guys can get the gist of it. You guys can see what we're doing there, right?
Bruh.
But anyways, long story short, you can follow me on Spotify as well. And if you go to Spotify, all right, if you go to the Spotify site, you can see all they're all in video format as well. Okay, so here, let me show you. Okay, there you go. Oh yeah, see, we can't play it here. Sorry, never mind. But long story short, I can't play it because I'm doing the live stream. But you can find it here, and it's in video format, and okay, so, and it's all free, okay, all for free, okay? So, it's out there, but we're gonna be making more, all right? Shout out to Mr. Lodak, right? Shout out to him. Anyways, no, for reals. So, but don't worry. Once we launch it, I'm going to provide all the links, for everyone out there, so that they can, check it out at their leisure. They can check it out live when we're doing the show. You guys can check out the recorded, after the fact podcast, what have you. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's going to be focused on comedy and just, talking about clown world, from our perspective, and that's it, And my friend lives in the USA. He's hardcore American, all right? Basically in the complete opposite situation that I'm at. So that's why I think it adds that, that je ne sais quoi, that extra, I don't know, that thing that most others don't have, just simply because, other people have it. But, that dynamic of, the odd couple. I mean, honestly, we are like the odd couple, okay? So my friend is, in a sense, almost the opposite of me. I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just like literally, the opposite of me. I don't know what else to say. But we're really good friends, and I think that really makes a good podcast, because we're just constantly, fighting about everything in a sense too, so. So you can just imagine, okay? All right, so. Anyway, shout out to everyone out there. But anyways, if any of you guys have any questions at all, let me know. If anything you want me to talk about Mexico or what have you. Are there Middle Eastern restaurants in Merida? Yeah, there are. There's a few, not many. There's no real Mediterranean food that I know of. By the way, if there's any Mediterranean food in Merida worth checking out, please let me know. I love Mediterranean food. I really can't find it out here. They do have Lebanese food. They got some, a few places that make, falafel, whatever. Whatever. It's not good. Let me know if there's any good Mediterranean food out there, all right? So I can go check it out, please. But no, nothing like that here. Public transportation, yeah, it's great. So public transportation in Merida, when I first moved here 5 years ago, terrible. Terrible. I mean, it was good. It was good, but it was just, terrible. But at the end of the day, terrible in comparison to what it is now. The public transportation these days is amazing, and it's only going to get better. In fact, you're going to be seeing it more and more in the videos that I'm doing, because you're just going to see the new buses, the new public transport, the new tram, the new train, all of these things that they're building, in order to, alleviate traffic coming from all of these people that are moving to Merida. All of the people that are moving to Merida that are from other parts of Mexico, other parts of the world. It's not just you guys. Trust me, you guys are just a tiny minority. But there's a lot of people coming out here and moving out here. So, they're thinking ahead. Thank God, and really upgrading the infrastructure. So, yeah. Shout out to everybody out there. What up to everybody out there? Shout out to you. Let's see. Oh, update on the seaweed? I don't know. I have no idea. Honestly, you know, you can just do a quick search. You know what I mean? Just do a quick search on like, that's what I did, you know, because when I was doing the video, I just did a quick search online. It'll give you the results like that. So if you want an up-to-date, you know, minute-to-minute update on the seaweed, just do a quick search. You know, I put, by the way, if you don't know, I don't know if you do know, but anyways, I've already answered this question, and you can just go to my website. Sorry, go to my website. Wrong button. Go to my website and under personalized consultations. Okay, just go all the way to the bottom. All right, and just click. Just keep clicking. Okay, until you get the video. Where is it? There we go. Okay, see, I did a video here. Okay, talking about, you know, the seaweed situation. It's a few months ago already, so it definitely changes. It changes all the time. Check out that video. On that video, you're also gonna have more information, links, yada yada yada, in order for you to just check it out, because it changes daily. You know what I mean? It changes, you know, weekly. So I don't know, you know, and I live in an area where that's not really an issue. So, you know, because I live like in the Gulf of Mexico, so you know, a lot of that stuff is more on the Cancun side of Mexico. You know what I mean? So. Soledad Rincon says, does the beach get crowded? It depends. You know, if you go on a Tuesday, no. If you go on a Friday or Saturday, yes. But yeah, it definitely gets crowded. And it's great, you know, it depends. You know, sometimes you want to go to the beach when it's crowded. Sometimes you want the beach alone. Now, you know, going back to here, you know, this beach, you know, these beaches are secluded basically all year round. I mean, sure, you know, you can come here on a Friday, or Saturday, and, you know, there's going to be a lot more people there. But, I mean, you're going to maybe see, like, I don't know, 20 people on that beach. That's not that much. But if you're, like, in Progreso, it's going to be, like, 200 people on that beach. You follow me? On the same Friday or Saturday. Delva Dog says, sports, baseball? Yes, we got a lot of sports and baseball. Glad you brought that up. Let me see if I can, I got a video on that. Anyways, I'll show you that video right now as we're talking about it. 1 second, I gotta find it. Where is it? Sports. Oh, I think I already passed it. When was it? I forgot. Sports. There it is. Okay. Put this in the background. So you guys can check it out real quick. Here, officially. All right, guys. So we're here officially at a Leones baseball game. You know, we already sat down. We're enjoying our beer, enjoying the game, as you guys can see. So let me just show you how we got here and how this whole thing, how we got to our seats. All right. So as you guys can see, just like any other stadium out. So yeah, anyways, yeah, we got sports here. And that's the entrance. I'm gonna put the camera away for a minute, and then I'll see you guys inside the stadium. And this was during the pandemic, obviously, as you guys can see. But yeah, so the local team in Mérida actually won the World Series. They actually won the World Series, the Mexican World Series, okay? And they have a lot of really good players and so on and so forth, okay? So what else? Oh yeah, and one of the best player in Mexico, the best player of all, whatever, which is a Cuban player, plays for this team. So yeah, they're a really good team, and Mexico as a whole, you know, Mexico as a whole did really good in the World Baseball Classic. Okay, so yes. Yeah, so anyways, I don't know if you guys want to see there. I think, hold on. See my face again. Oh yeah, there. All right. But yeah, you can see the thing I was wearing. Here, look. So, you know, again, I do it, you know, I was just doing it, you know, out of respect and whatever, but you don't have to wear, you know, you didn't really have to wear anything. But again, so when the whole thing first started, I threw it away already. But when the whole thing first started, I bought like a cloth one that someone made for like $1, and basically that was the same one that I used throughout the whole thing. So here, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm seeing like I was trying to find the scene of me wearing it again. I should have paused it, you know. You know. Anyways, but yeah, long story short, you can see how disgusting and raggedy, and then I was just trying to make a point and a statement, you know, even though I was just trying to be nice and stuff like that, you know. It's like, oh yeah, here, check it out, you know, like how much. Anyways,
And
all
that's the
right.
entrance. I'm gonna.
Yeah, there you see, it's all disgusting and, yeah, anyways, falling apart. All right, whatever, man. Enough of that. So, enough of that. We're done with all that shit. All right. Yeah, but again, guys, as you guys can see, you know, as you guys can see, I was at the game, and oh yeah, sorry. You know, as I was at the game, enjoying the whole time, full of people. I didn't have to wear nothing. Okay, so again, it was just, you know, it is what it is. You know, like you know how it is. Sometimes it's just you just want to be nice. You know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, I still did what I did. So whatever. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. Who cares? What was I saying? Let me see. Maggie Price says, are quality appliances like refrigerators, washer, dryers expensive in Mexico? Well, very high quality, yes. You know what I mean? But you can also find low quality for very cheap, you know? But you're all in between. Look, the washing machine that just broke on me that I still got to fix, all right? That thing is a Whirlpool. Okay, other appliances that I've had that I've, you know, never broken and have been awesome have been from brands that I've never heard of. They come from like Korea or China or other places, you know, or other places in the world. That's another thing too. They have a lot of products out here. They have a lot of things out here that are you're never gonna find in the USA because, like for example, you'll be outside and you'll see cars that are from France. Cars that are Brazilian, you know, there are other countries around the world that also make cars. Yeah, I know, right? Cool. So you'll see Russian cars, French cars, you know, I don't know, but whoever else makes cars, they sell them here in Mexico. So not just cars, but appliances and a bunch of other things. So you'll see. And so when I bought the washing machine, you know, I bought a Whirlpool thinking it was gonna be good, you know, Whirlpool, American, whatever. Dude, bro, it has been the biggest piece of crap. Okay, of all the things that I bought, that thing has already broken down like 3 times. This is the 3rd time it's already broken down, all right? Don't get me started on that, all right? So, no, and it's already past warranty and past everything. So, piece of crap, all right? But like, long story short, yeah, you're going to find everything. You're going to find, in fact, sometimes in many cases, more variety of things and brands, companies, than you would in the USA or you might be used to. Muchas gracias, Marilu Luna. Saludos. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. And shout out to you. But anyways, are there any international grocery stores there? Yeah, they, you know, you're going to find more of that like in Mexico City. But out here, they have it, you know. So there's this place in Merida called Asian Mart, and I remember when I first moved here, the Asian Mart was like a tiny little place, like a place the size of my office right now, you know, just a room. And throughout the years, and you know, now they've grown into this giant. It's in the same place, but they basically expanded the whole building to offer, you know, all kinds of like Asian products, like, you know, real authentic Asian products. So that's awesome. And I go to Asian Mart and I get real soy sauce, or I get real, you know, whatever it is I need, you know what I mean? Like out there, you know, it's really, really great, you know, the fact that I have that. So, and then other spices and the Asian Mart, you know, they've expanded to have other Asian products besides, you know, just like the typical, you know, what is it like? Because I know when you think of Asian, you're just thinking like Chinese, Korea, Philippines, you know, whatever, you know, the Chinese, you know, like sorry, you know. But no, the reality is that, you know, Asia's huge. You know, India is Asia, you know, so like Asia. So Asia Mart is now really Asia Mart, and it has like a lot more, you know, Asian products, you know, so that's great, you know, so like I think it's cool. So, I haven't found anything from like imported, like Greece, Middle East, Turkey. I'm sure they're out there. There's a few people that are from France, and they have things, you know, like imported from France. A few places that, like, if you go to the north, you know, they do have a few imported goods at some grocery stores, some specialty stores. I'm sure, you know, that I see them kind of popping up here and there. But the reality is, it's not like the U.S. yet. You know what I mean? Where you're just gonna have everything. Now, again, if you go to Mexico City, I'm sure you can find everything, but not here yet. So a lot of people, like, what they do is if they have a hard to find, they're looking for a hard to find item, you know, a lot of times what they'll end up doing is that they, you know, find it online through Mexico, and then it gets shipped to them from Mexico City. Or you might have to get it direct, you know, from, you know, the USA or Europe. So yeah, you need your grape leaves. Yeah, that's something you're going to have to order online. You know, they're definitely not going to have like grape leaves out here. So you're going to have to order online somewhere, because I have no idea where you would find that. So, but again, you never know. You know, you might come out here and look around, and there might be a specialty store that might not necessarily have it, but you might be able to establish a relationship with the owner, and they might be able to get it for you, you know, certain items like that. So also keep that in mind. You know, let's say you move somewhere, you go somewhere, and, you know, you find specialty stores and you're looking for specialty items and you can't find them. You might be able to talk to them, and they'll be bringing those items. And so, look, for example, one of the items that I love is horseradish. It's really hard to get real horseradish out here, but hey, now I go to Asia Mart and I get real horseradish. So I think they have horseradish there because they use horseradish to replace wasabi, because wasabi is really impossible to get. Real wasabi. In fact, unless you've been to Japan, you've never, you know, only in Japan will you have real wasabi, okay? Unless you've been to like a super crazy expensive Japanese restaurant, you probably never had real wasabi. What you really have is horseradish dyed green, and it's basically kind of the same. But anyways, long story short, that's probably why they sell horseradish, real horseradish, you know, at Asia Mart, because it's really for wasabi. How do I know this? Because remember, I used to be a chef, all right? So I'm not, you know, that's really the case. If you can look it up yourself. So yes, Greek goddess, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, it's in Walmart. So look, I'm not a big fan of Walmart, but I have a Walmart list, you know, meaning that there's certain items that I can only get at Walmart. Like, for example, if I really, really want to get good coffee, I go to Walmart. Look, I know I can go to the north. You know, I can go really far away to a fancy Mexican grocery store and get the coffee there. But not only am I paying more for the coffee there, but I'm also paying gas all the way to go up there to go get it, when I can just go to Walmart, which is a lot closer, and get the same coffee for the same price or cheaper. But anyways, coffee, wine, certain deals on certain things, you know, but I have a very small list of things that I just have to have every month. You know, again, like wine and coffee are two main things. Pickles, believe it or not. So those things I get from Walmart, no problem. You know what I mean? Because I just go to Walmart and I'll pick those things up. A lot of times when I'm in the area, I drive by and I just, you know, go pick them up real quick. But that's, you know, but everything else, every other item, I just get from the grocery store, because really, I mean, you're going to find every other item here. And, you know, if you are really good at cooking, you know, really all you need are just basic ingredients. You don't need, you know, certain, you know, things. You know, if you are used to eating frozen pizzas and Hungry Man's every day, yeah, you're probably going to have a problem, because you probably won't be able to find those even at Walmart. But if you know how to cook, or you have some sort of semblance of cooking, no matter what your origins are, and listen, you can make anything. They got all the ingredients here, most of all the ingredients here, so you can just make it happen. Yeah, that's right, Walmart pickles. By the way, so I was at Costco the other day with a friend. You know, we were running some errands, and it's like, hey, I gotta go to Costco to go pick something up. Wow, man, what a surreal experience was. This is the first time I've been to Costco here ever. The last time I went to Costco was maybe 10 years ago, and it was like in Florida. And it was, wow, man, what a surreal experience to go to Costco. I felt like I was in the USA again for like a minute. Anyways, the point I'm making is that, you know, I was just browsing around, you know, while he was doing his shopping. And I went to the food section, and I found that they had a bucket, not a bucket, but like a 1 gallon jug, you know, a giant 1 gallon jug of pickles. for $5. And I was like, what? Anyways, I wanted to get it so bad, but it's like, and by the way, I was almost about to buy it, but then I was like, where the hell am I going to keep these freaking pickles? Because remember, it's like 100 degrees out there every day. I can't really just keep the pickles out. Once you open them, you got to refrigerate them, right? So long story short, where was I going to keep a 1-gallon jug of pickles, But that's why I didn't buy it. But I mean, I should have bought it, because I buy pickles a lot. And when I buy just like a small little regular jar of pickles, it's like $2.50, $3. And at Costco, I could have gotten, a gallon of pickles. It's a lot of pickles for, basically, free. So, but by the way, so yeah, talk about Costco for a minute, might as well. Man, it was so surreal because I was like, there's a few things I would maybe buy at Costco, but I want to, living in Mexico, I was like, why the hell would I come to Costco? You know what I mean? Like, unless I'm running a business or something, and I need to buy, pickles and mayonnaise in bulk. Why the hell would I come here? Or I got a huge family that I got to feed. But even then, going to Costco in Mexico doesn't make any sense because look, me, like I was telling you earlier, I like to look at things and inspect things and what. So anyways, I was looking at the meat, I was looking at certain things. And I'm like, bro, this is so expensive. This is like 10 times. Okay, I get 2 New York steaks. 2 New York steaks, okay, like fresh, from the cow. Anyways, 2. Oh, look, you hear Gizmo. He heard me moo, and he goes. Anyways, all right, never mind. So I've already had a few too much coffee today. Anyways, so I get 2 New York strips, okay? 2 fat, nice, beautiful New York strips for how much? Like $10? $10 for the 2 steaks. Anyways, I went to Costco, right? And they had 4 New York strips, right? So I'm thinking, all right, I don't know, $20? $25? Bro, it was $100 for 4 freaking New Yorks. I was like, $100? Who the fuck? Who is paying $100? Anyways, but yeah, I didn't get it. But I mean, listen, by the way, most of the people at Costco were Mexicans, okay? Rich Mexicans or people that think they're rich. Don't get me started on that whole thing. But some things were very cheap, like hot dogs were cheap. There's a bunch of really cheap or inexpensive items, really, really good inexpensive items at Costco, so it wasn't horrible. But long story short, I was just surprised at the price of the meat. That's really what surprised me the most. I'm guessing it's because there's meat from the USA, so I guess that's the prices you guys are paying over there. But everything was expensive, even ground beef. I was looking at everything. I was shocked at how expensive the meat was at Costco. I don't even know what else to say. You know what I mean? But I'm guessing that's how expensive the meat is in the USA because, I mean, I'll pay for a pound of ground beef like $3, maybe $4 tops, And I was like, this ain't there was no $4 item in the meat section at Costco, I'll tell you that. Maybe 1 shrimp. Anyways, I was just surprised, man. I was really surprised. So, let me see. Questions. Dog parks. Yeah, we got dog parks and stuff like that. Again, go back to my website and go back to like the section where I answer questions. I answered that already, talking about parks and stuff like that. Yeah, but we got dog parks. We got all that stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, all the modern stuff. By the way, there's way more parks out here than you're going to have back home where you're from. A lot of dog parks. A lot of these parks, have a lot of things for kids, a lot of things for working out. So again, even if you don't, I'm a guy, I hate the gym. Not that I hate working out. You guys know I'm constantly doing something. But yeah, no, I prefer the fact that out here, many parks still have a lot of those gyms, those outside gyms that you can just, do all kinds of things on, that you're basically doing your body weight, or, you're it's just basically you. is doing the exercise and stuff like that. But anyways, they got tons of those in many parks out here. So they got dog parks, they got water parks, they got, parks, for exercise. They got parks, for cycling. They got parks for all the sports. In fact, the last video I did, I was, as I was talking in the background, I was riding around a park, a big park. So, and most of them are very modern. Yeah, most of them are very modern. So. Anything that still surprises me about living in a different country? Man, that's a great question. Honestly, the fact that I can't believe that the USA is so crazy. I don't know what else to say. The fact is that the longer I'm here and the more it's, damn, this is normal. Everything is normal. Look, it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. Okay, things happen. It is what it is. But, the reality is that, yeah, what surprises me is how normal it really is. And then it's just like, again, it's like that thing in your brain where it's like, my God. It's not normal where we come from. By the way, I know like 2 hours ago or whatever, an hour and a half ago, somebody in the chat asked me, hey, can you bring up Gizmo? Guess what? Guess who came in for a guest appearance? Guess who's here? That's right. All right, hold on. Look at him. He's right there. Hey, guys. Hey, Gizmo. He doesn't seem so so impressed with you guys. Hold on. Wait, Gizmo has something to say.
Bruh.
Hold on. Let me put him on the big screen. Hey, Gizmo. Oh, he has something else to say. Hold on.
Bruh.
Anyways. So, all right. You get to see a little bit of the background there. Hopefully you didn't see too much. Anyways, not made for YouTubes. Here's a Gizmo back there. Hold on a second. Anyways. Dog cam. Gizmo cam. That's right, we got Gizmo and... That's right, look, we got Gizmo and Lambo in the same room. Look at that. Gizmo's not impressed. He's had a hard day too. He killed a little mouse today, all right? Listen, hey, when you live in the jungle, you got rodent problems. So, he was out there and he got himself a mouse. This guy's better than a cat, man, all day. Lambo's a piece of crap. That guy's always just chewing on the cable. Hey, man, what are you talking about? But this guy, worth his weight in gold. Great guard dog, and yeah, good guy. So yeah, Christian's on her way home. She should be here any minute now, actually. So yeah, Lambo's Lambo's seen better times, that's for sure. Let me see. Does Costco in Mexico have the same outstanding no questions asked return policy? Look, honestly, I don't know because I've never shopped there. Like I said, I was only there once, which was the other day. But I do know that other places, okay, so I go to AutoZone a lot, because of the truck. So I'm there a lot, and multiple times, I buy the wrong item, or I buy the item and it doesn't fit, whatever. And every single time I bring it back and they give me my money back, no questions asked. Many times, like I said, it's a questionable return. They still no questions asked. So at least with AutoZone and other U.S. companies I've seen, their customer service is either the same or better than it was back home. Okay, so I would say Costco, which is, by far, like one of the best when it comes to customer service and employee benefits and all these other things. I'm guessing that if other companies that, do that out here, like AutoZone, that Costco would 100% definitely do the same thing. So, because at the end of the day, they are an American company. And look, the reason that a Mexican company does not take returns back so easily is because, look, if you buy this in a Mexican company, and you return it and they can't resell it for whatever reason, that is a total loss to them. They cannot necessarily write it off per se like they do in the USA. You follow what I'm saying? Oh, Christian's home, so I think Gizmo's running out to go see her. So hold on. So, anyways, but long story short, as a U.S. company, they don't care. They'll take all the returns. They'll take all the losses because they just write it off and write it off and write it off. And so, I think it might have to do with that more than anything else. But I don't know. I have no idea, why that is. But yeah, as far as I know, U.S. companies in Mexico they function the same. Somebody asked me about Amazon. I forgot. I just completely forgot, and I know somebody asked me there somewhere. Let me see. I forgot what the question was on Amazon, but someone's just asking me. I don't. Oh, there we go. Is there Amazon Prime? And, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, yes. There is Amazon in Mexico. Okay, that's it. Simple as that. So Amazon in Mexico works exactly the same as Mexico and the USA. So the difference is that it's Amazon.com.mx for Mexico. And that's how you get the Mexican Amazon. And when you order things through the Mexican Amazon, it's basically the same like having Amazon in the USA. Meaning, most places you're going to be able to get, same day, 2-day, very quick delivery, Amazon Prime, stuff like that. So, for example, in Merida, they have a Amazon distribution plant or Amazon distribution center not too far out, out of the city. And so because of that, many times I'll order something from Amazon. And by the way, a lot of times cheaper, better, the whole thing. But anyways, you order something from Amazon and the next day somebody shows up on their bicycle. You know what I mean? And gives me the delivery. So yeah, definitely 100%. So, but I think it varies. Obviously, the more rural you are, or the further away you are from one of these distribution centers or whatever they have, that obviously it's just going to depend. It's going to be more difficult on the delivery. But other than that, yeah, they have it. Which is very surprising. Another thing is that, for example, let's say you cannot find something on Amazon Mexico, you can just go to regular Amazon and they'll ship it out here to you. Same deal. Now, usually you'll find it, whatever you're looking for, you'll find it on Amazon Mexico, okay? And then on Amazon Mexico, even if it's coming from Amazon US, they'll facilitate the whole transaction. Because the thing is that, let's say you're ordering it from the US, you got to have, you have all these fees, the import fees or this fee, the taxes. And again, depending on the item, depending on the situation, whatever. Even you might have to pay on delivery. So that's why it's a lot. It's just better to order straight from Amazon in Mexico. So that way, all of that is already part of the price. Because a lot of times you're going to find different price differentials. So it's good, depending on the item, it's good to search, because the reality is that, you might find a better deal in Amazon US. You feel me? And you can just, get it through there and save yourself like $50, and things like that, or vice versa, And a lot of times you also got to take into account, yeah, okay, I might save this amount of money, but, what about the fees? What about the, all these things? So it's just, it's a whole thing. But the Mexico Amazon, everything's included already. You don't got to worry about nothing. But when you order from U.S. Amazon to Mexico, you might have to pay. But if you order from, again, Mexican Amazon and they're bringing it from the USA, nothing, it's all included, so it's you'll get used to it, but it's, whatever. Hold on.
Bruh.
Yeah, Mercado Libre is good, but man, very iffy. I'm not a fan of Mercado Libre. Hello, Fox. Blonde Throater says, do I need to use Mexican credit or debit card with Amazon Mexico? No, you do not. You can use your U.S. bank credit card, debit card, whatever. Cash. You can even pay in cash. And then, you can place your order through Amazon Mexico and pay in cash. How do you pay in cash? Well, you select the option for cash, and then they'll give you like a code or a thing, and then you take that to OXXO. OXXO is like the Mexican version of 7-Eleven. Anyways, you go to the 7-Eleven, the OXXO, and then you just give them the code, They tell you how much you got to pay. You pay them in cash. They accept the payment. And then you get a notification from Amazon. Payment received. Boom. Done. So you can pay for Uber with cash. You can pay with anything with cash. That's what I'm saying. You know, even though everything, we're living in that digital world with Amazon and Uber and all this crap. Listen, cash is an option. In fact, many times an Uber will ask you before they pick you up, hey, are you paying in cash or in credit card? And if they say credit card, they cancel the ride because they want cash. So, and yes, you can use your U.S. card on Uber in Mexico because, again, it's a U.S. company. Okay? Now, with other things, you know, it depends. But for the most part, yes. Okay? But again, if you're, again, let's say that you want to use your U.S. card in Mercado Libre, which is Amazon of Mexico, Mexican's version or Latin American version, they might not allow your card, you know? It might be a thing with your bank. I don't know. But, you know, to me, Mercado Libre is another issue. I haven't had really good experiences with, you know, what is it? The people that are selling on Mercado Libre. Not just me, but a lot of other people. But yes, a lot of people do order from there, and sometimes you don't have a choice, and you're going to just hope and pray to God, you know, that it comes through. But Mary Luz Luna says, I would like people from the USA to move to Veracruz, the state where I live, since there are so many houses for sale, for rent here. They are cheap. Also, there are also many abandoned houses. Yeah, don't worry, they're coming. They're coming. You'll see. Eventually. As things get worse and worse in the USA and in Canada and other places, they're going to come. Puerto Vallarta is very beautiful. I mean, Veracruz is very beautiful. So, what is my favorite Mexican beer? Modelo. I don't like micheladas. Micheladas are nasty. But Modelo is great. Any American traits I haven't dropped yet? I mean, sports. I love sports. Sports. But I don't know if that's an American trait. But, you know, American sports, you know. I love them all. I'm from Miami, so Miami Heat, Miami Dolphins, Florida Marlins, you know, and then, you know, all the other Florida teams, sure, whatever. Florida Panthers as well, you know, other Florida teams. But I'm a Florida guy. Homer all day. But I love sports, you know, football guy as well. But yeah, I think that's one of the things. I mean, I don't know. What other habits? I don't know. I can't really think of any. Anyway, thank you, Veraline Plantings. Thank you very much for the kind words. Let me see. All right. But anyways, guys, all right. I think we're going to cut it. Let's say we're going to cut it here. It's already been over 2 hours. And, you know, I've had a very long day. I still got a lot of things I got to do tomorrow. And you already know. Tomorrow, making more content for you guys and so on and so forth. Everything's been great so far. Really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Shout out to everyone out there that left a super chat today. Shout out to all the patrons. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to all the new subscribers, all the old subscribers. Shout out to every single one of you guys that has contributed to the show, one shape, form, or another. Remember, we do these once a month. Once we're done here, I'm going to take it off of YouTube and I'm uploading it to Spotify, okay? If you want to know where you can find this live stream and all the other live streams, again, all you got to do is just come straight to my website. Okay, on my website, all you got to do is just click all the way up here where it says podcast all the way at the top. And when you click on podcast, you're going to be able to see, you know, the previous podcast. You're going to see this podcast. You're going to see them all. And if you watch it, you can watch it here, listen to it here. But if you have Spotify, you can watch the whole thing again. Okay, no problem. You can see the video. All right. So after we're done here, I'm gonna keep it, okay, on YouTube for a little longer, but it's gonna go away soon. What else? Okay, and then if you want to ask me your own questions or you want any personalized consultations, again, just click on personalized consultations, and you can see there how you can ask me a question. Because guess what? Every Thursday in the afternoon, I go live and I answer a series of questions that you guys ask me. I answer 3 questions, okay? And all the questions are very different. You know, they can be anything about how to buy crypto in Mexico, how do I transfer money, are the police safe, what is gay culture in Mexico life, you know, can I drive a U-Haul to Mexico, you know, what is cannabis laws, you know, what about travel sickness, what about, you know, passport, parks, weather, and so many subjects. So basically, if you want me to answer a question and make a whole video about it, and answer your question in a video format, not just for you, but for everyone else out there, just go to my website and click on the link, you know, that says personalized consultations, and it'll show you exactly how you can reach out to me directly, ask me whatever you want for me to answer, and, you know, again, in a public format on a live stream so that everybody can benefit from it. Now, you know, depending on the question, if you're just asking me about the weather, it's going to be a very minimal donation. But if you're asking me something very complicated, you know, like extremely complicated, like we were talking about last week, you know, then yeah, you know, it's going to cost you more, closer to like the $50 donation. But again, it's something that once you reach out to me and we're talking about it, we come to an agreement. And like I was saying earlier, if you want a one-on-one personalized consultation with me, meaning just you and me, private call, talking about whatever, anything that you need, answering all your questions to the best of my abilities. Again, it's $100 an hour, okay, for now, okay, because again, just depending on so many factors, but I think we're going to keep it at that price for now, for a while. But long story short, you have me at your disposal, at your disposal, which we call in a Zoom call or a FaceTime or a Skype call, and we get to talk and I get to answer anything and everything. Which, by the way, most of the questions, 90 to 95% of all the questions that you're going to be asking me, I've already answered in some shape, form, or another for free, either in these questions that I'm showing you right there, or simply in my videos. Again, if you watch my videos that I upload every single Sunday, all right, you guys can, you know, simply get your answers there. So again, whether it's in the videos or in the live streams, whether it's these or the questions, you know, all the questions and all the answers are out there. Okay, so check those out first. Okay, and if you can't find it, because there are a few questions and a few topics that I just cannot talk about or make a video about, if there's things like that still out there that you need an answer to, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to help you out with whatever you need. Okay, so with all that being said, thanks again. Shout out to everyone out there. All right, I love all of you guys. Thank you so much, you know, for helping me not just, you know, keep this channel going and helping other people out, again, by the community that we're building, but just shout out to all of you guys, you know, just for being awesome. You know, you guys are some of the true ones out there, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so anyways, guys, with all that being said, love you guys. Thanks again for everything. You know, you guys have been wonderful. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night, an amazing rest of your week. I'll see you on Sunday with a new video, and I'll see you on Thursday with 3 brand new questions, okay? What are the questions? I don't know. You're going to have to stay tuned to the channel to find out. I usually drop the questions around Monday or Tuesday before, so that way you guys can see, you know, what the questions are going to be and plan ahead in case you want to be around for the live stream and, you know, have more to add. You know, whether you want to ask me more questions on the topic, or talk or add your own story on the topic, or whatever it is, you know, or just be around to enjoy the show. Anyways, so with all that being said, super mouthful, I need to catch my breath and I got to get out of here. So guys, you already know the deal. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon, but more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys. Later. I'm going to leave you guys here with the beach, all right? And some nice music in the background, all right? Peace out, guys.